Have you ever wondered what's lurking 1,000 feet deep on a sunken oil rig? Well, I'm about to drop this camera down there. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. We have just made it 8 miles offshore and we are sitting in about 1,000 feet of water. Now I'm going to break down everything we had on this rig. So first thing you need is a good ball bearing swivel, and this is a must if you are deep dropping. Next thing you're going to need is 2 lights, and lights are the most important thing when you're out here. You guys are going to see when we drop that camera down there how dark it really is down there. Next thing we do is we add that camera. After setting up all that, we now take our chicken rig and we just clip it right on there. And this chicken rig has 5 different hooks, so you can catch up to 5 fish all at once, but more importantly, if you lose bait on one hook, you still have 4 other baited hooks down there. One of the most important things about deep dropping is the bait. And to me, I usually do best with squid. And there's no secret to hooking it as long as the hook is showing you're good to go. Now we add that 6-pound weight and we are ready to make our way down 1,000 feet deep. So the current was actually good on this day, so it only took us about 3 to 5 minutes to hit bottom. On a day that the current's bad, it could take up to 8 minutes just to hit the bottom. But now let's switch over to that camera point of view. We are now making our way down, and these fishing spots that I find are usually public wrecks. Most of these sunken ships or artificial reefs are usually public coordinates that you could find online. And when you're dropping on any of these shipwrecks or any sunken artificial reef, you don't want to be right on top of it. If you're right on top of it, you can get snagged and end up losing a ton of braid in your whole fishing setup. But the most important part about deep dropping is the spot. And I'm telling you guys, it's all trial and error. Some days we will spend all day just going to new spots to see if there are any fish on the spot or what kind of fish are they. If you guys are on the wrong spot, deep dropping can get really boring. The right spot is everything when you're doing this kind of fishing. And if you're in the right spot, I am telling you guys, you'll get bites the second you hit bottom. So we are about halfway down, and if you guys are interested in fishing content like this, drop a sub. This spring we are going to be doing a ton of content like this. As we continue to make our way down, you guys can now see it's pitch black down here. We can't see anything, and that's why it was so important to add those lights I told you guys about in the beginning of this video. If we didn't add lights, we wouldn't be able to see anything with the camera, and I'm not sure these fish would be able to see our baits. But we now have just hit bottom. Now that we hit bottom, what we are looking for is green eyes. You won't necessarily be able to see the fish when you're this deep, but you will be able to see their eyes. So we were drifting off the start really fast, but you guys will notice right on the bottom of our rig there is 2 green eyes. It looks like a really small sized fish, but it shows we are in the right spot. So you guys will notice as this video went on, those green eyes didn't move. And that's because we already had a fish on, just a really small sized fish. So I left our whole rig down there just because I didn't want to come up 1,000 feet just for a small fish. After drifting for about 30 seconds, the fish we wanted showed up. And when you're out in 1,000 feet, you're really just targeting black belly rosefish and tilefish. In about 30 seconds, you guys will see us hook into one of the best tasting bottom fish. And let me know in the comments down below where you guys would want to see us drop this camera next. We do plan on dropping this camera at piers and shallow wrecks in the future. But if you guys have any better ideas, let us know. So after another short drift, this golden tilefish swam up and hit our middle bait. You guys can see this fish was going nuts. And the second we saw that, we started bringing up this fish. And this is the longest part about deep dropping. Bringing this fish up took us about 5 to 10 minutes. So as I continued to bring this fish up, he continued going nuts. And you guys will notice on other fish they suffer barotrauma, making them just float up to the surface. But most of the time with these tilefish, they will fight you the whole way up. And that's how we knew we were hooked into a tilefish. So we continued to bring this tilefish up, and on this day we came out just to target these golden tilefish. So when you're able to come out and catch the targeted fish, it's always a great feeling. And down here in South Florida, these golden tilefish are a true prized fish. And I know a lot of you guys will usually say deep dropping is not a true type of fishing just because you press a button. But in reality, there is a lot more to deep dropping than just pressing a button. A lot of strategy goes into this kind of fishing. So we now had this fish right near the boat. So we got this fish up and we saw that we were knotted in our other line. Luckily, we were able to pull this knot out. And once we got these fish near the boat, we did notice that it was two fish. As you guys can see, we had a really small black belly rosefish with this golden tilefish. So my dad was able to grab the line here and flip both of these fish in the boat. We hope you guys enjoyed this fishing video, and we hope to see you guys in the next Barjack's Family fishing video.